How the heck are you guys? I am Fastidious. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Watcher Realms, where something crazy happened this morning. As you can see behind me, we've got Narissa and Vorn. As expected, it is Friday, and their banner has been teased since, I believe, Monday night, that they are going to be on 20x for both Divine Summoning and Invocation Summoning. Normal, right? Well, what Moonton did, and I guess technically this is a good thing, but it's just so strange, is if we go over here to the announcements, you can see they have just announced next weekend's banners. And included in those banners is the Moonlit Invocation. This is the limited banner for Diaochan. So just a couple hours after the banner for Narissa and for Vorn has gone live, they have then announced that Diaochan is getting a limited banner. So I wanted to be sure to cover this as quickly as possible so I could get the information out in case this is going to influence some people's decision making. I want to give a shout out to Hwang, aka Shinderu, who DM'd me about this. And he basically said he summoned for Vorn and Narissa at reset, and like 4 hours later, this went live in game. So on the one hand, it's good news that they're letting us know about stuff sooner. Maybe this is the new norm. Typically, they let us know Monday night or like Tuesday after a reset. But it's also a little bit a slap in the face to someone like, oh my God, was it Hwang? To someone like Hwang, because he said in his DM he wouldn't have pulled for Narissa and Vorn, and then he immediately finds out after that there's a pretty crazy banner, or actually banners, coming next weekend. You can see there is the limited for Diaochan, which we're going to break down in a moment. But on top of that, we're getting, this isn't a joke, by the way, guys. This is actually how they're choosing to pair heroes, name heroes, and run their game. Eris, who's very good, a very good fighter, who recently got a buff, even though he was already very good. Eris is getting paired with Airless. Eris is getting paired with Airless. I suppose next week we'll get a banner with Aelin, Draylin, and Phelan. I mean, there are so many letters in the dictionary, in the alphabet. There are so many names in a name dictionary, I suppose. I don't know, a catalog of names. And half the names in this game are completely made up or from different mythologies or whatever. You can get away with any name any name in this game. And they continue to do the same names over and over. But Eris is joined by a new hero, Airless. Maybe it's Airlies. I don't know. If anyone knows how to say this, tell me. Airless is how I read it originally. But this is a new hero. This must be her. She was just added to test server this morning. I have just woken up, so I have not had time to test her yet. But pretty interesting. So it's a good banner pairing with Diaochan for pity manipulation. We will dive deeper into this banner when I know more about Airless. Or certainly once you guys tell me how to pronounce her name. She looks really cool, though. Good looking character. But yeah, this Diaochan banner, this is spicy. So if you are tight on summons and you have not yet pulled for Narissa and Vorn, and you do not have Diaochan, it is no question you have to save for Diaochan. In my opinion, Diaochan ties Eloin as the best non-DPS hero in this game. It's not close. Those two are in a class of their own. I guess you could say someone like a Narissa is right behind, but what those two are able to do in every piece of content, basically, in such a unique way, is ridiculous. And on top of that, even if you have Diaochan, but if you don't have a Soul Stone, if you don't have an unpolished Soul Stone, A1 Diaochan is a near requirement. Yes, she functions great at A0, but she is not at full power, and all the amazing strategies and placements she unlocks are not possible without A1. Actually, all her awakenings are good, and we will discuss that in just one moment, but I wanted to get this out of the way now. This is such a good banner. It's coming on Thursday, September 11th. It is going to be 6 days from now, and this is a must-pull banner for the vast majority of accounts, because on top of her being a god, she is guaranteed. She is hard guaranteed at 200. So getting that one copy is about the surest thing you can do in this game right now. I cannot suggest it enough. So there you go. Diaochan is guaranteed within 200. You might hit her early. but this is just such a home run banner. And it's paired with what looks like a very nice banner for those who want to do pity manipulation. We'll have a blue rares and diamonds invocation banner, as well as a gold divine summoning banner. But yeah, I wanted to get this information out ASAP because yes, this Vorn and Narissa banner is absolutely fantastic. Personally, I am still summoning on it, but we now know that Diaochan is coming in 6 days. There's been no event announcement, so hopefully they rerun her event. Then there'll be a lot more freebies and fun stuff to do, but that is not guaranteed, not at all after what we saw recently with, who did they not run an event? With Sun Wukong, they didn't run an event. So we were kind of strapped for resources. So just please be cognizant of that. So if you have a few hundred summons worth of rare summons and diamonds, by all means, go into this. I am going to, but make sure you have, let's call it 150 left over. You'll need about 175 summons to hit 200. Once you do those 175, maybe it's closer to 170, get a bunch of rares, sell them from diamonds, and summon the rest. That will get you to 200. So if you finish this event with 150, it's going to be a pretty safe spot. On top of that, I would say if you're a little more late or end game, you could probably get away with finishing this event with like 120, 130. The Diaochan banner almost certainly will run through Thursday. As we know, it's going to start Thursday, but it's going to run through Monday. I can actually probably confirm that for you guys right now. Let's see. Here we go. It's going to run to the 15th. Yeah, there you go. So the 15th is going to be Monday, which means you'll get all your weekly reset summons and diamonds and everything on Monday, and you can use that. So you could, if you're later in game, you could be down to 120 summons, I would say, after this event, and you'll still be in fine shape to get your one copy of Diaochan. But this is pretty interesting stuff, and I do think it's going to change a lot of people's summoning behavior. So to wrap it up, let's talk about Diaochan Awakenings. Obviously, if you do not have her, every decision you make right now should be revolving around getting that copy. This is her first rerun ever. It's only the third time we've been able to get her. There was her original banner, there was the limited selector banner, and now there's this that's coming. And yeah, she is so required. I would assume the earliest they would run her again outside of maybe a selector around Christmas, which we cannot guarantee, would be Valentine's Day, and we also cannot guarantee that. So she is truly phenomenal. You need her. That's the first most important thing, right? And she starts off with range like Dolores, this diamond. But then once you get her A1, her permanent range becomes this, like Aelin, getting all those corners filled out. And getting those corners filled out, getting this bigger range, going from this to this is so huge for so many placement strategies. She's already better than Dolores at A0, but the big reason she so strictly replaces Dolores, I never noticed Aelin's like juggling the moon. That's kind of sick. The big reason she strictly replaces Dolores handily in like all content now, yes, she's a little stronger, but then with the bigger range, it's a whole nother level. It's a whole nother level. Just truly phenomenal. So that A0, obviously you need her, you need the base copy, but then the A1 is basically required if you want to do more late game, end game, ambitious stuff, and you want her to be at her full potential. Then her A2 is still good because it's plus 300 attack. She's an inspiration hero, so she's giving people a percentage of her attack. Everyone in this giant range. I don't know why they're not showing it here, but here I'm just showing it on Aelin. But that's what it is. I don't know why it doesn't show that once I do the A1. Does it show it over here? There you go. Once she gets that range. But she's an inspiration hero. She has pretty low base attack, so actually plus 300 attack is huge. It's huge. She goes from 2583 to 2883. Her base attack is increasing by over 10%. That is very significant. So then you can build a lot more attack on her, and she shares more with everyone in range. That being said, it is a significant increase. It is not going to be game-changing, take your Diaochan to a whole new level. And I think some people anticipate that. I think a lot of people put a soul stone into her A2 for that reason. It will help. It is good. It's not going to make her twice as strong. It's going to make her inspiration effect I don't know what it is, 10% stronger, something like that. So it's good. Without a doubt, it's good. But don't think it's going to break the game or something. The A3, though, very, very good. So this is more of a luxury. Honestly, everything after the A1's a luxury, but everything she does is just a little better now. So Thorned Rose is her passive over here. So as you can see, the Thorned Rose passive gives a strong, specific effect dependent upon which stance, which mode she's in. So when she's in the White Hope mode, she's in her healer, damage reduction, supporter mode for, keeping the team alive, kind of. And what she does is she provides physical and magic damage reduction to all allies in range. These are 20% with skill ups. However, at A3, this becomes 25% stronger, going from 20% to 30%. You can see here, increases the damage reduction by 5%. That's for both the physical damage reduction and the magic damage reduction. Then, very importantly, in the black mode, the Song of Sorrow, on top of giving inspiration naturally to everyone in range, she gives the 2 allies with the highest attack that are not healers a penetration increase. And that is pretty freaking sweet. So they're going to ignore either 20% defense or magic res, depending on the kind of damage they deal. And she gives this to the 2 allies in range with the highest attack. At A3, she gives it to a 3rd ally. So a 3rd ally gets permanent 20% penetration, 20% ignore defense or ignore magic resistance when she's in that black mode. And in a lot of content, she's always in the black mode. She's always in the Song of Sorrow stance. So this is really good. She's giving everyone inspiration. It's stronger now because of her A2. And at A3, she's giving an extra unit 20% penetration. This is kind of where the really good awakenings end. Keep in mind, the only one I think that you should be hard going for, unless you are a big spender or you have a ton of stuff saved, is going to be the A1. But the A2, A3, very good, nice luxuries. The A4, all damage reductions plus 8%. These are damage reductions coming into her, so her damage is further reduced by 8%. It's good if you're having trouble keeping her alive. Maybe you had to build some extra HP on her. Now you can lean more heavily into attack. But all in all, this is kind of a wash. This is like a very mediocre awakening. This is like a passing awakening to get to the A5. And then the A5 is good, but it's not required at all. And it's not the level of the A3, certainly not the A1, in my opinion, not even the A2. It is good. So if you're a big spender or you love Diaochan or you just have a ton saved or you want to gamble for it, be my guest. When you switch to the white stance, so going from black to white, she does one big burst AoE heal of 500%. It's a very nice bursty heal, but it's just one single heal, one burst. Then when you switch to the black mode from white to black, she applies rage regeneration to all the allies in range. What is that rage regeneration? It is 5 seconds of 2% rage per second. Yes, 2% rage per second is about as strong as we see in this game, but it's for 5 seconds, so it's an extra 10% rage to everyone's ult bar over 5 seconds. It's good, but especially if you're bringing other rage regen units and a lot of other content, which you probably are, it's a little redundant, and it's not like it's so OP. It's not 3% or 4%. If you look at someone like Hollow, I'm pretty sure she's coming in at 1.6% or something like that when she's ulting. So it's close-ish. I mean, Morden, I think, is kind of in that range when he's in his rage regen stance, not facing towards a target, doesn't have anyone in range. All in all, they're all good awakenings except for the A4. The only one that truly matters is the A1, and then the only other ones I would advise any normal player to go for if they have a ton saved or they're going to spend is the A2 and the A3. But let me know, guys, what do you think of this news? This is kind of shocking that they announced Diaochan's rerun banner the morning of a very big banner, one of the biggest banners they've ever run. So I'm curious what you guys think about it, because it's pretty interesting. All in all, though, it is good news that Diaochan's coming back. Everyone needs a copy of her, so go get the copy, and everyone needs A1, so go get the A1. Thank you. I've been Fastidious. If you made it to the end of this video and you like my stuff, please do subscribe to the channel, share with your mother, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.